You guys, as in my subscribers, keep asking for me to talk about appearance changes, so here we go. Hello everybody and welcome to another rousing episode of Spill the Tea Tuesday. My name is Flossie and I'm like the funniest, wittiest mindset coach as well as your OG hype you up rampage queen here on YouTube. In fact, I'm finally about to upload a new rampage which is all about SP being ridiculously clingy, as in clingy as fuck. So you're going to want to check that out. Anyhow, if you want one-on-one coaching with me, links are going to be in the description box below. If you're wanting to participate in the challenge that Nikki and I have ongoing about an entire life glow up, and right now we are working on becoming the GOAT, as in becoming the greatest of all time version of you, then you're going to want to join. Tier 1 is all about the challenge and replays. Tier 2, you get the challenge replays and you get to participate in our weekly live. So check that out, because this glow up series that we're doing of all these episodes and seasons literally is going to go through about the end of the year. So without too much further ado, let's get to the calendar, which was basically falling apart. So I just have the pages here. This one is just saying, sorry, I'm late. Got here as soon as I fucking wanted, which is literally me. That is literally, I think, the definition of me. I don't think I'm on time for hardly anything. This says, don't let the bastards bring you down, as in don't let the 3D bring you down. You're legit the operant power of your reality. Do not care about the 3D because easy fucking does it. You can manifest whatever you want as quickly as snapping your fingers if you like, because you just gotta take fucking chances. You know, this is a little bit of 3D thinking, but at the same time, when you're manifesting something new and your 3D reality is showing you the opposite, you feel like you're taking a chance, right? You're really not, because you affirm and persist in the 3D must conform, but sometimes you still got to feel like you're taking a chance, because it is legit time to make shit happen. Make shit happen as the operant power of your reality, because you know that you can be to have anything that you want. This is just for funsies. I dare you to jump in every fucking leaf pile you see. Well, you know, as we say, live your life, have fun while you're manifesting. So, to get to the topic at hand, appearance changes. You guys keep writing me about how to manifest appearance changes. And appearance changes is just like manifesting anything else on the whole. Like, you're going to affirm for it, you're going to persist in it, and you're going to be delusional as far as what the 3D reality is reflecting back to you until your 3D reality conforms. So, appearance changes. If you recall the video that I dropped a month or two, I think ago, maybe 3, that I'll link here, which is talking about, you know, like you don't like your 3D reality, change a script. I say it's time to change a script. If you recall from my analogy there, and if you don't, watch the video. Basically, you're the writer, actor, director of your own ongoing play, TV show, miniseries, movie, sequels, whatever, of your life. And you're the writer, actor, and director of all that. And everybody gets a script, including you. And what is in that script is what your dominant thoughts and assumptions are about whomever has that script. So for you, it's going to be your dominant thoughts and assumptions about yourself. And that is what you look like, what your life is like, you know, how people treat you, the whole 9. It's going to be like how you see yourself in relation to the world, in relation to anything and everything that you're coming in contact with. Like, what type of person are you? What's your personality like? Are you even-tempered? Do you get irritated easily? Like, how are you as a person? What are your values? What are your thoughts? Everything about you is essentially an assumption or a dominant thought that you're having about yourself. And that does include appearance. And I know that that's shocking to people, but even how you look is how you're manifesting yourself to be. So if you want to change what you look like, you have to change that script. And you're going to change that script by affirming and thinking thoughts in line with whatever you want to experience in relation to your appearance. So first of all, as far as affirming, you can have some self-concept affirmations about how you look. Whether, you know, I'm beautiful, I'm sexy, I'm the most gorgeous woman on the face of this planet. You can say I'm a perfect size blank, I'm amazing, I feel amazing, I look amazing. Whatever that it is about you. I am drop dead gorgeous. doesn't matter. You can have some self-concept affirmations that are like I am statements in relation to, how you see yourself, or even how everyone else sees you. Everyone thinks I'm beautiful. Everyone thinks I'm the most beautiful woman on the face of this planet. So you can also have appearance around how everyone sees you as well, if you would like. As far as actual affirmations go, for whatever it is that you're manifesting, you can have specific affirmations, like a lot of people manifest being able to eat what they want, having a perfect metabolism. So you'd have affirmations that would imply that to you. I can eat whatever I want and be a perfect size 12, or I can eat whatever I want and still lose weight. I can eat whatever I want, maintain my size. You know what I'm saying? So I can have a perfect body without diet or exercise. Some people don't mind pointing out, like, using a without statement. That's personalized decision. That's up to you. Some people have very successfully, and posted success stories about it, manifested like a different breast size. So they'll say, like, I'm a perfect size C or a perfect C cup, or, they'll have the full bra size, like a 38D, 38C, whatever it is, or whatever it is for your area. People manifest height. I am, and that can be part of self-concept, or you can have it as separate affirmations. It's up to you, but like, I'm 5'9". Got to be 5'9" overnight. Or, I grow every single day, like I grow slightly every single day, like, because there's some people who are affirming, because like maybe they're much shorter, that like every day I wake up, I'm taller and taller, or I became 5'9" overnight. Some people think that they're too tall. So then they affirm, whatever height they want to be also, or, it feels like I shrank overnight to be 5'9", whatever it is that they're affirming for. You can also use comparison type affirmations. My eyes, nose, face, body, ass, boobs, whatever, look like so-and-so. So some people like the way Jennifer Lopez looks, or Selena Gomez, or whatever your favorite celebrity is. You could affirm that you look like Aquaman if you're a dude and you want to look like Aquaman, or I'm as sexy as Aquaman, or I've got abs like Aquaman. Doesn't really matter. Totally you, totally personal preference, but create an affirmation, or a few. You can have like 3 to 5 for that topic. You can have some for self-concept, but create like 3 to 5 affirmations that would imply you're the version of you that looks the way that you want, and describe how that would look. So you're going to want to describe, you don't have to like describe every single thing. You don't have to have an affirmation for every single item. If you're affirming that your face is perfect and you know what that would look like to you, you don't have to necessarily affirm like your eyes, nose, and lips, but at the same time, you would want to know what that is, and you would want to make sure that every time you thought about it, you reaffirmed how your eyes were perfect, or your nose was perfect, or what have you. Having said all that, a lot of part of manifesting appearance changes, to be honest, is mental diet. Because what a lot of people do when they're manifesting appearance changes is that they are not remembering. I'm trying to find the wording that would make the most sense. They are not remembering to like ignore the 3D. So if they put on a pair of clothes and it's, a size 14, but they're affirming that they're a size 8, they're bitching that they're a size 14, or they're reminding themselves how tight their clothing is, or every time they look in the mirror, they're like, I'm still, overweight, or my boobs are still a size A and I'm affirming they're a size C, or my eyes are still brown and I'm affirming that they're green. Or I've got brown hair and I'm affirming that I have blonde hair. And so they're constantly reminding themselves that they don't look the way that they want every time they're looking in the mirror, every time they're putting on clothing, every time they go in the store to try clothing. And you have to keep in mind that manifesting an appearance change is the same as anything else. If you're manifesting money and you've got 2 nickels to rub together, you're not constantly telling yourself that you have 2 nickels to rub together, because in your mind you're rich. And so in the 3D, when you get dressed, oh, I'm so happy that I'm a size 8 now. This clothing is so comfortable to me. I look so beautiful in it. If you notice it, you might notice in the mirror that your eyes are brown, or your hair is a different color, or what have you, that you still have your old features. That doesn't mean you're going to pay any attention to it. It's more like, oh wow, my eyes are such a vibrant green now. Oh wow, like my hair is so blonde and beautiful now. Or, it seems like my eyes have been green forever, or everybody compliments me on my green eyes, or, everybody thinks that I've got perfect skin, or that my lips are so plump and beautiful, or that my eyelashes are so long, or whatever that it is. When you see yourself in the mirror, you're going to think of yourself as the version that you want to be. You're going to reject what you see in the 3D reality and be like, no, I look like this. I'm so happy I look like this. I'm drop dead gorgeous looking like this. And that's what you're going to do. And of course, you don't have to feel it real. I'm just, this is how we talk to ourselves. We will say like, I'm so happy, or like, this is so awesome, or whatever that it is. Use phrases that would make sense to you when you're talking to yourself as you're looking in the mirror. But as far as you're concerned now, when you notice in the 3D reality, like, oh, I'm 5'3" and I really want to be 5'9". Like, no, bitch, you're 5'9", or dude, or whomever. Like, no, I'm 5'9", period. I'm so tall. I love how tall I am. My legs are so long. Like, I'm literally drop dead gorgeous. Or I don't even need to wear heels anymore because I'm as tall as I want to be now. Whatever that it is, it's what you would tell yourself. You have to remember that mental diet is really key component. It's a very important component with anything that you're manifesting. You want to make sure that your thoughts are in line with what you want to experience. You don't want to keep reminding yourself of the 3D reality and arguing with yourself all day. Like, oh, I haven't, I don't look any different. Nothing's happening, blah, blah, blah. No, as far as you're concerned, you look amazing. You look exactly the way you want to look. Everything's perfect. Now, there are some things that you can do. You can choose to do some revision. If you recall, I do have revision videos out there, but essentially, like, you can either create a scene of you looking gorgeous and think of yourself as always having looked that way, and you would loop that scene for 3 to 5 minutes at least 3 times a day, or you can do it with affirmations. I've always been gorgeous. I've always been a perfect size 8. I've always had an amazingly fast metabolism. I've always had green eyes and blonde hair, or whatever it is that you're manifesting. You could say that you've always looked that way, that it's always been that way, that you've always been this size or this look or that height, or during my entire adulthood I've always been 5'9". So you can have a couple of affirmations that would imply that you've always had what you wanted. I've always been my perfect height. I've always been 5'9". I've always been a perfect size 8. I think you see what I'm saying. I've always, had a perfect body. I've always been the size I've always wanted to be. You would loop those affirmations for 3 to 5 minutes, at least, ideally 10, but at least 3 to 5 minutes, 3 times a day. And you would remind yourself, like, no, I've always been this way. I've always looked this way. This is how it's always been for me, period. A lot of people find it easier to do with affirmations than creating a scene. But for people who like to visualize, like I said, you can create a scene that would imply to you that you've always looked the way you've wanted, whether you see yourself like looking at a couple of old photos or two, and you see pictures that you recognize, but you look the way you want to look in them, like the way that you are manifesting yourself to be. So, the scene would be short and you would loop that. Now, if you don't wish to do revision, or even if you do revision, you can write a FU letter to yourself and a command letter. I actually meant to do a FU letter, command letter video. I did one. I didn't like the way it turned out, really, so I'm probably going to re-record it, because I did FU letters, command letters for all different sorts of scenarios. But when it comes to appearance changes or anything regarding yourself, you can either write it to you, or you can write it to, you can personify the aspect of you that you don't like. So if you're writing it about your body, for example, because you don't like what size you are, you can write it to your body and personify that, or you can write it to yourself. So if you write it to yourself, you can be like, dear self, I don't like how you look. I don't like how you're taking care of yourself. I don't like that we're not, that you're not a perfect size 8, 10. You don't think thoughts in line with your manifestation. You're always seeing yourself as X, Y, Z. I don't prefer that about you. I find it very frustrating. I find it very annoying. I'm really irritated. I'd manifest this version of you and destroy it. So it's whatever you would say to your own face, how you feel about manifesting it, and destroy it. If you are writing it to your body, you can be like, dear body, how dare you continue to be a size 12 when you should be a size 8? How dare your metabolism suck? Like, I find it very irritating that, no matter what, you're always a size 12 and not being a size 8. Like, I'm annoyed that I've manifested this version of you, and destroy it. You can write a command letter to you or to your body. If you do it to you, dear self, your mental diet is always in line with your manifestation. You always see yourself as a perfect size 8. You can eat whatever you want and be a perfect size 8, period. You're literally always a perfect size, no matter what, because I said so. Like, you're drop dead gorgeous, period. Like, how you want yourself to be, and that's what you're telling yourself. Like, you've always been this way. You can eat whatever you want. Your body's always, you're always a perfect size this. Your thoughts are always in line with your manifestation. You always have the most perfect clean mental diet. You see yourself as drop dead gorgeous. facts, end of story. If you want to write it to your body, dear body, you're a perfect size 8 because I said so. I can eat whatever I want and you're still a perfect size 8. You got so quickly to a perfect size 8 that my head was spinning. Everybody's telling me how drop dead gorgeous that you are, or whatever. I know it seems weird to personify things. Some people find it easier one way, some find it easier another way. So the choice is yours as far as that goes. But affirm for yourself concept. Have some affirmations around what you want your body change or whatever appearance change that you want. You have some affirmations about that specifically. You can use revision. You can use the FU letter, command letter, but a lot of it is mental diet. Whenever you're seeing yourself, whenever you're interacting with anything, no, you're perfect. No, now you're this perfect size. No, now you're amazing. Now you're everything that you've ever wanted to be. And that's all you accept, and you reject everything else. And then it's interesting because when people have been manifesting appearance changes, it seems like once they get over that initial hump of whatever appearance change that they're doing, like, so if they're increasing cup size for breasts, for example, it seems like when they start to have an increase, it comes like this because they see that they can do it, or they notice that their eye color is starting to change, and then they manifest having it change rapidly. Same with clothing size. Like, there's people that are like, once it initially started to change, then it seemed like I started to really shift into the appearance that I wanted very rapidly. Yeah, because you stopped paying attention to the 3D and you realized that it was something that was under your total and complete control just by affirming, and they literally manifested a different version of themselves. So I'm hoping that this video has been helpful to you. You can, of course, drop any comments, questions, or concerns below because you know I always check them out. And as usual, I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.